Do you know what makes us dish so special and so delicious to the mouth? Are the ingredient we put into it, are the spices we put into it which enhances its flavor. Just like that, when we are talking to someone, what is that which makes it most effective that other person would want to talk to us again? And sometimes we ourselves would want to talk to someone else again and again. What is that? Again, those very ingredients are the spices of communications which we are going to discuss here. And those communication spices are in the components of the communication process. You remember the communication process, right? Where a sender sends a message, talks something, says something to the receiver, receives it, and sends back to the receiver, and this whole process goes on. And in between, there is a mediator that is called the medium. Now, the spices which we were talking about is actually in these components, in the sender's way of delivery and receiver's way of delivery. Yes, the spices is in these components. Over here, we are going to discuss about sender's way of delivery, and the spices are somehow hidden in between, which you will find somehow at last, or maybe in between. Number one, the language, and number second, the tonality. So again, back to the language. When we say the language, choose the most comfortable native one. That's it. Whether you chose Marathi or Garhwali or Punjabi or Telugu, Malayalam, Tamil or Hindi or English. In whichsoever language you are comfortable with, just choose one. And just to be clear, that we are here to know and to learn how to be able to communicate properly, not to learn English, right? Good. I'm glad we cleared that out, If only all relationship problems can be sorted out like that, the world will be at a very good place. Again, why I am saying that is because learning a language is an entirely different thing. It's like learning a skill, learning a language. But here we are, how to be able to communicate. If you will know how we can communicate, how to conversate in a good way, that will automatically apply to other languages, other aspects as well, as you will learn along with the time. So just wanted to make sure that you are not here to learn to speak English, but rather to know what are the components, what are the spices which makes a conversation more effective. Let's come back to the tonality part. And with tonality, what I say, it's the most trickiest part, where the spices are hidden. Tonality is the way our sentences sound. The same sentence can sound so very polite
and very aggressive
and sarcastic or very enthusiastic. Yes, that is the tonality, that is the tone, depending upon the tone of the words we use. And the highness and the lowness, the softness of the voice can convey the emotions of the message. Yes, that is important. And the speed at which someone speaks defines the clarity of the words. Number one, the delivery of emotions when we deliver a message, and number second, the choices of words we use. That's it. The delivery of emotions and the choices of words. Very minute little details. It seems very little minute details, but very important and very effective. It's something which can make or break your relationship with the partner you are communicating with the other person. Let's back it up. Let me back it up with an example. For example, I'm an HR in an organization and I have to announce for an upcoming party. And I be like, hello everyone, I am super excited to announce that we are having an October bash party and the theme is going to be Starry Sky. The night is going to be filled with fun, good food and great company. So please save the date, you wouldn't want to miss it. Now compare this with, hello everyone, I am super excited to announce you that we are going to have an October bash party and the theme is going to be Starry Sky. It is going to be a night with full of fun, good food and a lot of good companies, So save the date. You wouldn't want to miss this. You see the difference? The instant spike of enthusiasm with the help of emotions. The instant spike of connection the people can build over this. In one way, we are just delivering, trying to be in a professional way, but just delivering. I don't think people would want to come to that. And even if they wouldn't be so much interested. For the earlier one, I can only think of the people who are super extroverted, they're able to join the party because they are always open for anything. Except some of them might not come, maybe. But the second one, it's something, even if people do not want to participate in something, they will going to have some excitement. And that is what is needed in the conversation, to have the excitement, to build an instant connection, and they would want to listen to you. Even if it's 5 already, it's 5:36, it's their end time, end of the day, and they just want to leave the room. If they will hear you like this, with this enthusiasm, with this much of emotions, they will stay and give their ear to you. That is the power of adding emotions into the communication. That is the spices number one. The spice number two in the tonality is choices of words. And now remember, when I say the choices of words, they are very much important to build an instant connection. Yes. If you wanted to build a connection, build an understanding, choices of word are the main mantras for you. Without that, everything is falling apart. Yes, and the whole facade about the communication which everyone has been talking about is true. And let me back up with this also with an example. For example, let's say I am a manager. I am taking all the good position by myself, not leaving anything for you. Don't worry, I'll give you chances, okay? Don't waste on me. Just listen to me. Let's suppose I am a manager and I have to speak with my subordinate and need to call my subordinate. It's an urgent matter and whatsoever. I'm in a hurry also. Whatsoever. And I am like, hey Anjali, will you come meet me now? Hey Anjali, will you come and meet me now? Now compare this with, hey Anjali, would you be able to come join me for a moment if possible? Now have you noticed I didn't change the tone because I didn't want it to confuse you with the emotions and with the choices of words. Here we wanted to talk about the choices only. In the earlier sentence I used, will you come meet me now? First of all, I used, will you come meet me? And now. Like it wasn't enough in the starting and you have put the now also. It's, salt, namak, chale pe namak chidakna. What is the problem with the sentence number one was that it was too authoritative, too ordery, and too much demanding and bossy. And people do not like bossy nature. Even if they are working under someone, they do not like to feel that way because everyone is the star of their own story. Oh my God. Everyone is the star of their own life story. Yes. And when we speak in a manner which sounds too bossy, too demanding, it sets people off on the spot. Of course, in this scenarios, Anjali is going to come in anyway because her supervisor, the manager, is calling her. But in the second example, she would really want to come because what we have done over here is that, would you be able to join me? First of all, we are asking her politely, we are using would. Would you be able to join me without changing the tone? And at last, the cherry on the top is if possible. Now we are giving her choices. Whether if she cannot, she shouldn't have to do that. When we give people the freedom of choices, it's the most beautiful thing to feel from inside because everybody likes freedom. And these concepts works wonders every time I try this personally in my day-to-day life scenarios. Even in the training rooms, training sessions, this always works for the best. Yes. So that was all. These are the spices of the communication which can make or break an instant connection, a relationship with the other person we are interacting. And it is very important, not only in the official setting, but our day-to-day life, a day-to-day journey. One, it is effective. And the second, it makes it a better human. It makes us a better human, a more empathetic, a more understanding one. And yeah, that's it. That's all in the spices of communication in sender's way of delivery. Later on, we have another section in the spices, but in receiver's way of delivery. That is we are going to cover in the next video. For now, that is all. And thank you so much. You know how much I am grateful for this. You should know that I've been saying that again and again. But thank you so much for having me. It was really nice talking to you, even on this screen only, but it was a pleasure for me. Thank you.